Hey guys, JH, Mr. X, Friday afternoon expression session. Okay guys, there comes a time in every development program and evolution of something where you really do have something that just ends up being the atomic particle, which we've referred to plenty of times before in the program, the evolution or the process. And what we've come to the conclusion of, both Mr. X and I, is that there is absolutely no question in our minds that with every shot that you play in channel lock, pitching, bunks, whatever, that you have to maximise the soggy set of your knees. And frankly guys, the more you can soggy eyes your knees and get down to the ball as much as you can through the ball, the better you will hit it. You'll hit the ball with incredible velocity and accuracy and consistency. Now the soggy knees are not just a matter of just getting soggy knees. It's a matter of being able to get the soggy knees and get the bracing and the structure of the body that you really need in the process. Now when you get the soggy knees, you want them to sort of get in like this, guys. Get in like that. Don't stand a bit bow-legged. I watched Bill Phillips today, and Bill's has injured his back, so he might have been protecting his back. But he was working on soggy knees, but he was a bit bow-legged. And of course, that really does compromise the balance a bit. When you're in here, you couldn't be pushed over. So what we're trying to do is we're really trying to get in here, and we're really trying to, like Mo Norman said, feel like you're going to hatch an egg with your buttocks here. And guys, the other line that Mo Norman had, the great line, was stay seated for the performance. Now if you can actually hit some shots where you feel like that, really feel those knees are buckled down and sogged down, you're going to hit it great. The drives I hit yesterday, after I did that Mo Norman record attempt, which guys I find out today, when I went back and looked at the video, where Mark Evershed said 40 balls, not 30 balls. Why I thought that, I've no idea. And if Mr. X hadn't come over and interrupted me, I'd have probably done 50. So it's all your fault.
Yeah, it was.
So I'm going to do a 40 plus, maybe a 50, because I said I wanted to do that. But that's on the side. Guys, in this process where we're hunkered down, we're buckled down, see this lead knee? As we start down, it goes there. It's like you're kneeing your big toe there. It goes there. It goes there, and the trail knee comes in here. It's like a diagonal slide. That's what it is. And the more you can do that, see how it pushes the head back? And we saw a classic with Mo Norman. Now this is not Mo Norman, but a lot of aspects of Mo Norman's golf swing, what we're trying to incorporate. And of course Mo Norman played the ball way up here, but he slid into the ball, and his head was outside his right knee, and his right knee was inside his trail knee. And if you can feel like that, guys, that's the secret. That's it. That's how you get the real sog. This is inside there and that goes there. That's what it is. It's like this here. Okay, come here. Now Mr. X is hitting the ball unbelievable, but he's found out just in the last week that the more emphasis he puts on, and he said to me day before last, when we'd finished, he said, "Jay, how much can you really exemplify the soggy knees? I mean, how much can you really get down, and what's the law of diminishing returns?" And I got to tell you guys, I just kept getting further and further down, and the better the ball went. And of course he did the same. The further he went down, the better he hit it. So what do you feel? Well, from a balance perspective?
Going back a week earlier, I thought I was hitting the ball as good as I can get. I didn't think I could hit it any better.
Well, I hadn't seen anyone here hit it better.
And then I watched a video to do with the soggy legs and a little bit of Mo Norman, and I thought, oh, I'd like to give this a go. So I'd sort of got into it a little bit, and I wasn't really down as far as I thought I was. And then you came along and we worked on it, and we got down and down, further down. And then all of a sudden the ball had a much better flight on it. Incredible
flight.
Like I thought I was hitting it good, but now I'm just blowing it out the door.
Yeah, and it's very robotic, isn't it? The ball flight is so similar every shot, but the impact the quality of impact, that he's got a lot more speed than me, so he generates a lot more compression than I do, and he's got a much bigger backswing. But normally when you've got that extra speed and that length of swing, it's a bit hard to control. But now you've got these bent legs, you've got a great control mechanism.
And the like, I didn't realise how much I actually stood up in the swing.
I don't think any of us do.
Until I'd sort of watched back a few old tapes and realised how much I tend to stand up like everybody. But I was hitting it okay, but nowadays with this arse on the grass, as they say, it's just improved out of sight.
Yeah, and amazingly so, that it's basically cradle to the grave, guys. You can take it from the shortest chip, pitch shot, to a full out driver. The drivers I was hitting yesterday are the best I've ever hit in my life. Without question, the best ball flight I've ever had in my life. And at my age, that is just crazy. So your whole emphasis now is on getting as much down as you possibly can. As much. You're trying to overdo it, but you find you can't. You won't overdo it, guys, because your brain and your balance system won't let you do that. It'll do that, you know. The head will get here, you'll get in that position there. But that there, for me, that lead knee forward, he hasn't got as much as that yet, but he will. So we haven't hit any shots yet. We're just dead cold, and it looked like it was going to rain, so we just thought we'd jump in and do it. So Mr. X is just going to hit a couple with his version of his maximum soggy knees. Well, just, you know, there's no way that the San Diego test robot is going to hit it better than that. That is a perfect golf shot. I mean, just precision, first shot of the day. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. And the reason I'm gushing about it is because it's given this type of result.
And it really does feel like you're about to drop an egg.
Yeah, well, Mo said you've got to try and hatch an egg. Feel like you're sitting on that egg.
And realistically, I didn't think I would be able to do it as well as the results.
Well, you're a reasonably tall dude, so you're used to standing up. So getting down, you're going to feel, you know, like vertically challenged to the extent that the centre of gravity is so far down. I've just never. Guys, it's easy to say this, and we all tend to exaggerate, but I've never seen Mr. X have anywhere near that ball flight, and there's nobody here that hits it as good as that. There's none. And we've got tour players that have won on the tour here, on the Australian tour. They don't hit any better than this guy at the moment. His ball flight is just crazy stuff. And of course, what's happening is he's playing in these pennant series that he's come back to playing, and they've got through to the final. And he's just been obliterating everybody. He's played number one in the teams, and he's been a blip because he is so much better in terms of his swing mechanics and formation than these guys that play rank and file type golf. I mean, he's just totally intimidating them. After the first couple of holes, they're gone. And that wouldn't have happened. No. That wouldn't have happened, 6 months ago, would it?
No.
Well, he gave it away. He stopped playing 2 years ago because he couldn't hit two shots that remotely resembled being the same. So guys, it is a gushing episode here, but I tell you, it is justified, and you've got to work down this road. This is the road to work down. It's just amazing. He just said something to me before. He said it just feels like the arms and the hands are going way down along the ground over here. Just feels like that, and he actually looks like that. That's what you said, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now, for some reason or other, yesterday, and I know a couple of occasions, the ball just tends to creep up. And remember you said that yesterday, you said there was a reason for that. I don't know what it was, but just bear in mind that we want it as far back as we can get it. I think when you squat down, you tend to maybe feel like it needs to be forward.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And guys, the reason I like to have Mr. X set up is because he does set up dead square. I'm a fidget, because he tends to aim at the same target. I don't. Every shot I'm aiming at a different target, so I've got different information coming in. So this is me. I'm setting up all the time. It's very rare that I will set up 90 degrees, but he sets up 90 degrees, so it's really good for you to be able to see that.
And I think with the squatting down, because I've got to get down so low, my feet are getting slightly wider. That's why the ball tends to...
Yeah, okay.
In my eyes, it tends to come up slightly.
Well, I think as you go down, you really need to widen the stance a little bit to maintain the balance. Now guys, I mean, it's a pity we haven't got a launch monitor here, because, you know, that'd just be one line. Just be one red line on the launch monitor. They're just perfect golf shots. It's aiming at that marker out there, and it's like a metre wide marker, and he's just taking it just like from the centre to the outside of the marker on every shot, and they're just exquisite golf shots. What I might do is, you can hit a couple of shots, and we suggested before we come, I might pick that camera up and I'll just move around and shoot a couple from behind to show a few things. I'll just shoot some from behind on the legs. Yeah, really get into that crouch. Get into it. Oh, see that, guys? Look at that lead knee. Now that lead knee really is buckling into the lead toe. I'll just shoot some from over here. Yeah, that's really good. Shoot some down the line. Just take your time. You don't have to quicken up your pre-shot routine just because I'm doing this. Everything's got to be the same. Now, as you can see, guys, at address, he's got a lot of bend in those knees. A lot of bend. I'll shoot one over here, which will be... Now, try and get that knee going towards that lead toe. This will be a good angle here. Good. He's getting so much thump on the ball. Wow.
They're all straight.
They are. They're more than straight. They're just ballistic. What I'll do is I'll try and get you dead square on. We Yep, now really work on that ball position. Just get really dead square on. Knees. Oh, hello Mo. Alright, now I'm dead, absolutely solitary cold, I haven't hit a shot, but I'm just going to hit a couple of drivers to show you that you can actually hit the driver with the soggy boggy knees. How about me going on about breaking Mo's record, and it was 40 balls, not 30. And I did 35, and it was only the Mr. X come over, and the guys wanted to hit in the area that I stopped, but I could have kept going. Anyway, I'll do it. It's all your fault, Mr. X. Okay, so watch this, guys. I'm going to soggy boggy knees. Now guys, you can't get knees down more than that. Oh. This is crazy. That was hard doing that dead cold. Wow. Look at this. Tell me how good that is, Mr. X.
Perfect.
Just never coming down.
1 yard draw.
It's just, but the hang time that I get, I just get amazing hang time now. I normally don't get a lot of hang time, but that's just, whew. That's just absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculously good. Look at this guy, super squat. Look at this, I'm still here. Now the more I'm still here, the straighter that ball goes. Want to hit a couple of soggy drives?
Okay. So dry.
Yeah, we need rain here. We're in drought here, guys. Just the whole country's in drought, terrible. Farmers are just having a terrible time. Gee, that's good. If someone said, what's the difference between your drive and JH's drive and Clinton's? They'd know nothing in shape but 40 yards in distance. That was motoring, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was going.
And Mr. X has got a really good spec on his own driver now. He's got an old Mizuno, 12 degree head, 12 degree tour head, and he's got an old Grapholoy blue that's tipped a couple of inches and it's like a triple X. And man, there's no way the ball can go left, can it? You can hit it as hard as you like. It ain't never going left because the toe just can't get over. Oh, that's an exhibition, Mr. X. That's in the window of the car. No, I took some pictures and went by the car. Okay, now just take your time on your setup because you're hitting shots. Just go through your whole routine, pick your target, go in and show us the golf course orientation setup. What are you aiming at? That aiming at the back fence, a big pile of.
Across the bonnet of the car there.
Okay. See it, feel it, taste it. Oh, you're kidding. You are kidding. You're kidding.
Sorry, that was on the left side of the bonnet. I actually wanted the right
That's
side
a little
of the bonnet.
Ford Focus up there, guys. The car's about 12 foot long. The hood on the car, the bonnet, is about that long. And he said, I'll take that across the bonnet. And he did. How do you do that? Even
Confidence.
You're right. I mean, that Mo Norman would be proud of that.
And
I nominate the car, but I wouldn't nominate that front hood part. Wow.
it's all confidence too.
Yeah.
When you've got a good setup and a good lot of protocols, you can just rely on it.
But you're now finding that after where you've been going with the learning of channel lock, that the protocols are now sequencing themselves for you over the ball. You're not forgetting anything.
No, they're part of the. I don't have to count them down anymore.
Okay.
They just seem to fall into place. But the soggy legs has just brought everything to a new level.
I'll tell you what's very interesting with the soggy legs, and I don't really understand it, is how amazingly well it's improved your alignment. You just seem to be right on the target now. He used to tend to aim a little bit right because he's very right eye dominant, but now he's just right on the target. That's amazing. I can't explain that mechanically or technically.
We'll go to the 240 this time.
Okay. .262 carry to that sign from here. Into the wind. It's gone right over. It's just taking pictures of it. That's crazy. But these balls are
I notice when I'm down, you notice that you're down here, and then you'll eventually have to come up.
Yeah, but I feel that I get here and I look under, and I see the ball going there. Whereas normally we get up and we do that, but I feel like I'm looking under.
Yeah.
That's an amazing golf shot right there. You hit that so hard, didn't you?
I did. The ball went, might have squashed